So, hello guys, how are you? Give me 1 second. I just want to check something. We're going to be talking about something really major. So, I want to get this up here. Today is like huge. Like, this is so big for so many people. So, first of all, guys, hello, how are you? I'm just pulling up stuff I want to get ready on the show. Hey guys, so hello to Facebook and YouTube. Guys, be sure to say hello. Be sure to say hello. Don't be a stranger. Do not be a stranger, especially during this time. We need more social interaction, at least digitally that we can get. So I'm going to just shout out everyone who's watching. Hey, Terilyn, how are you? I'm going to change my settings. I don't like how it's showing it. So before I show y'all's comments. Hey, Terilyn. Hey, girl. Look at you. You look pretty. Hey, Miss Congenial. Oh, my God. Congenial. I can't talk right now. I can't talk. Forget it. We're just going to skip over it. Miss Congeniality. There we go. Hey, Britt. Oh, look. Okay, Britt. Y'all see Britt's photo? She look fine, don't she? Hey, Dolores. How are you? Hey, Cindy. Oh, you got pretty eyes. Pretty eyes. Hey, Dr. Taneva. Oh, how's your project coming along? I need an update. Hey, Angela, how are you? Hey, Ash. Hey, guys. Okay, guys, so I think we're good. If you have not said hello, be sure to say hello. Yeah, I'm joking with Britt. I'm sorry, Britt. Look, she got this nice pose. I need to pose like that. Hey, Men's Circle. Hey, guys. So, guys, I have some major news. I have some major news. Hey, Verne, thank you for stopping by. You always support me. Thank you, guys. Listen, we have some major news for those of you who are in e-commerce. Shopify just put out they just sent out an email that is going to be really big for those of you who have been really sitting on the fence and wanting to launch your online store. Excuse me, guys, my nose. Okay, excuse me. I do have hand sanitizer. Okay. But I cannot wait. The email just like literally just came in my inbox, and I was just like, I gotta go live. Like, I have to go live. I have to. And this is because so many of you have been sitting on the fence about launching an online store. And today we're going to cover some things that I really believe. Number one, I'm going to talk about the announcement. Number two, I'm going to talk about some strategies. Number three, I'm going to be sharing with you something I'm going to do in honor of this, in honor of this announcement. So Shopify is the number one e-commerce platform, in my opinion, even though it is one of the platforms that people use. Right? We have Shopify, we have WooCommerce, which is through WordPress, right? Then there are other, BigCommerce, Magneto. There's so many other e-commerce solutions, but Shopify, in my opinion, is the best comprehensive platform, especially for entrepreneurs who are not looking for a complicated back end. You're not looking for something that you have to pretty much develop and code yourself, right? Shopify really offers this like amazing comprehensive back end as well as a online store setup. So we know that because of Rona, not Corona, but we're short, giving a short name for Rona, right? So because of this, it has really transformed how people are running their businesses and all sorts of things. But here's the thing that people have not noticed. There are the larger e-commerce companies are shutting down, right? I got an email from Nordstrom. I got an email from Home Goods, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx that they're not only shutting down their physical stores, but they're actually shutting down their online stores because if you think about it, they have to fulfill all those orders and they have these warehouses, and so they have to close down. However, for those of you who are small entrepreneurs, right, it's not like you have, 30, 50, 60, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 staff that are in different warehouses where you really do need to close down because there's just a ton of contact. So this is actually the rise of many small-time entrepreneurs who, kind of more like boutiques and setups and things like that. So I have several clients who are e-commerce owners, and they are thriving right now. Like, they're hitting all their sales goals. They're doing amazing. And it's really because people are at home and people have money and people are shopping, right? And so, some people, they're operating in fear. they're like, oh, no one's gonna buy from me. Everyone's freezing, everyone's da da da. And I actually know people are bored. People are at home sitting and they're bored. I know for me, I bought a jacket, I bought food, I've bought all sorts of things, wigs. I'm not slowing down because people are still working from home making money. I know for myself as an online entrepreneur, I'm still making money. So there is still, even though there are people who really are like tightening up and things like that, that does not represent, a large portion of the population that is life is moving on as it is. It's just that they're not leaving their house. So how many of you do not have an online store currently, or maybe it's not on Shopify like you've always wanted it to be? Like you've always wanted to be on Shopify, or you've wanted like a really nice online store, but you've just been hesitant. Raise your hand. I would love to see in the comments if that is you. Hey, Sonia, how are you? Let me know in the comments if you're someone who's been wanting to launch an online store, but it's just been complicated. It's just, you've just been frozen. You've just been that person that's been completely frozen. So if that's you, I want to talk to you about this major announcement that Shopify dropped via email, okay? Because this is big. So Shopify announced that because of the coronavirus, right, they want to help entrepreneurs get off the ground. And normally, okay, if you launched your first online store, right, there was like a 14-day trial. Right, there was like a 14-day trial. But as of today with Shopify, they're launching a 3-month trial, which means that you can run your online store for 3 months. This is big. This is really big. This is super big. Okay, that means that for new entrepreneurs, you can run your store for 3 months with no charge. Okay, and to be honest, I'll be even if you were going to pay the $20 a month, I think that this is the perfect time to get it off the ground. I really do. So let me share with you the updates that Shopify sent out in the email, and I'm going to share with you guys my screen so you guys can see. So we can read this. Cool. So this is the email that I got. And we're going to read this together. So it says that the pandemic, Dear Genesis, of course, it's to me, but it's for everyone who got this email. But basically, they're doing 3 things. So number 1, they're working with governments and partners to expand Shopify Capital. So Shopify Capital is working capital. And what working capital is, PayPal has something similar to this. Square has something similar to this. Basically, you have to be an owner of your store for a certain period of time and hit a certain number of transactions. And once you hit a certain number of transactions on your online store, they actually will give you basically like a small loan, right? And then the loans increase and the amount of money they give you based upon the more transactions you hit and things like that. So this is really an awesome way to actually get more money for your business. And the way that it works is that you pay it off from the transactions of your store. So it's not like you have to, pay this off, externally. What they do is they take a percentage of each sale that you make through your store, and they use that to pay back the loan, which is so awesome. So I actually was eligible for, for capital, and I paid mine. I got mine and then I paid it off in like 7 days. But the cool part about it is that, it's a really awesome way to do that as well. And then for, let's see. For the second thing, of course, is that they're going to be shipping local in-store pickup and delivery support for the retailers using Shopify POS. But then here's the biggest thing. This is the major announcement I want to announce, is number 3. They are enabling gift card support for all plans. Now, usually, in order to get the gift card support, you would have to go from the $29 plan to I think it's like $79 plan. So now they're offering this to all platforms, that's including the $29 plan, which is huge because a lot of you who are in this, you can maximize this. You just have to market it with a purpose. But then the other thing is that they're extending the free trial to 90 days to help new businesses get started, which means that the normal 14-day trial, which is only 2 weeks, is getting extended to 3 months. And that is big. Now, Daughter of Zion, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you with this comment that they should give Shopify owners 3 months free as well. The thing about it, though, is that I think, I'm hoping, because my thing is if they can get money for capital, it would be great if they could offer 3 months free for all current, things. And then I see the other side of how they still need to make money as a business. So it's kind of But I do, it would at least be nice to at least get like 1 month. I would be very happy with 1 month, like at least 1 month. That would be nice. So hey, Kimberly. Hey, Sherelle, she's tagging someone so they can join. Hey, Charmaine. So here's the thing that I want to talk about. I want to give you guys some strategies. How many of you would love to learn some strategies on how to win with e-commerce, at least in the next 30 days? Anybody? Anyone need help? Anybody need help? Anyone want to learn on how we're going to get this e-commerce game like in season? Like this is going to be it. Because here's the thing. Here's what I'm learning. We are currently experiencing this is a prime season for certain businesses. And if you don't hop on it, you're going to miss it. And you're going to just experience this normal experience like everyone else that's kind of like in a lull and like kind of dragging their feet, you know? And I really don't want you to experience that. I want you to really thrive. So I'm going to be doing 2 things for you guys. The first thing is I'm going to be using this video to help you win. But then I did an e-commerce 101 boot camp for the WBC, and everyone has always been asking me, hey, when are you going to offer it to people? When are you going to offer it to people? So what I'm going to do is normally I was actually planning on launching this boot camp. Like I was going to redo it and do it as an online course and like charge a certain price point. But I was like, you know what? No, because a lot of you guys really need to learn, and I want to be able to give you information and honestly give it to you at a much discounted price. So my Shopify, and I'm a Shopify, but my e-commerce 101 bootcamp, I'm going to be doing a live training for it. I'm only going to be doing it for $25, which is super, super, super cheap compared to what I would normally charge. And I'm going to be offering that at the end of this because I want to get an idea of how many people need to be in the class. And I'm thinking about also as a gift, because I really want to help people, I'm thinking about offering free Shopify audits, where I'm actually going to tell you like things you need to do for every person who signs up, which is going to be a big task for me. But now, like, I feel like I have time. I feel like I can give back. And so this is going to be my way. But let's first talk about strategies, even if you don't invest in the e-commerce 101 bootcamp. So let's talk about strategy. So here's the first thing I have to get out to you guys about this. And if you're taking notes, please take notes. I'm going to be offering up notes for you guys just so that you can make sure that you're following along. But the first thing that I have to talk about is this, okay? And that is email marketing. Okay, this is big. If you are not using email marketing as a strategy for your online store, you need to stop what you're doing, and you need to, excuse me guys, you need to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so e-commerce is going to really provide the fire behind your store, because people are naturally just like waking up and being like, oh, hey, I'm going to stop by their store today. Like, I promise you, no one is doing that unless it's a brand that's like extremely well known and people wake up having like a favorite brand they go to, right? People wake up and say, oh, I'm going to go to Macy's, or I'm going to go to Amazon, or I'm going to go to Fashion Nova, or I'm going to go to Zara, I'm going to go to, Neiman or Nordstrom or Saks or whatever. But the thing about it is that if you are a smaller brand, most times people are not like waking up like, hey, I'm going to check out this person's site today. Which means that from a marketing standpoint, you have to do your best to draw people on a daily basis to come visit the site. So the first area that we target is email marketing. Now, if you have been watching my teachings, then you should already know the amount of times I give a range. Does anyone know how many emails you should be sending per week? There's a range. There's 2 numbers that I give you. And I just want to see if anyone remembers from any of my teachings, because I don't think I've done an e-commerce in a couple of weeks. But does anyone remember how many emails you should be sending per week? Or guess, if you are an e-commerce business and you sell products or services online as an e-commerce store, how many emails do you think you should be sending per week? And let me give you a hint. 1 is not enough. 1 is definitely not enough. Let me know. Hey, Drea. So the answer, here we go. Okay, they're coming in. So Brittany says 2. Okay, Paula says 2 to 3. Angela says 3 to 5. So we're gonna I'm gonna give the yes to 2 people. Yes to Paula and yes to Angela. And I'm going to tell you why they're both right. We're going to start, you first start with Paula. So, right, so we're going to first start, and Free and Well got it right. There we go. They're Free Well. They're on 2 to 3. There we go. So you first want to start with 2 to 3 per week, okay, when you get started. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you have not, especially for those of you who have not been sending emails, you don't just bam out, like, you know, if you haven't been sending emails every day, you don't just come out the gate sending one every day, because you're basically like a stranger. Imagine if you met, let's just start here. Imagine if you befriended someone, right? Don't worry, y'all, I'm just pouring in juice. There's no alcohol, just juice. Imagine if you met someone, right? And you befriended them, and then they begin to call you instantly every single day. How would you feel? I don't know about you, but I'm not, you know, if I just met you, you have to work me into you, right? I'm not really big into like calling me every day, you know, maybe a couple days, right? So we do 2 to 3. Now, does anyone know my strategy for how we space them out? So here we go. So let's do it like this. We're going to send 2 to 3 emails a week, right? How do you think they should be spaced out? Because they have to be spaced out. So what do you think? If we have 7 days, we start with Sunday, we end with Saturday, how do you think we should lay them out? You guys are doing good. There you go. So we're going to start with Paula. We're going to do 3 days. Beginning, middle, and end. One of the things I hear people say, I heard someone say this on Facebook, and I really wanted to like correct them, but I didn't want to offend them. And they were talking about how in e-commerce, right, we have this strategy. So when you're running an e-commerce store and you're sending out your email marketing campaigns, you want to make sure that they're hitting these segments, right? So and the thing about it is that you go by customer behavior. So customer behavior tells us that a shopper, we have people who shop the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week. Some people, when they shop, they make decisions about where they're going to spend their money prior to the actual weekend. So what that actually means is that if we go based on customer behavior, you can't just send out an email Thursday or Friday and think that people are like, oh yeah, it's the weekend, send it now. No, because from a marketing standpoint, you want to hit them well before they've even made their decision. If you hit them when they've already made their decision, you're working probably with like whatever leftover money that there is. So we never wait until people have the weekend, right? You begin the beginning of the week, you work the middle, and then you work the end as a reminder. So you can either do, and it's all based on what you want to do. You can do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, you can do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if you start with 2 days, you want to start with the beginning, like a Sunday or Monday, and then you want to do like a Thursday or Friday with 2. And then you want to build it up. The goal, in my opinion, is to get to every day. That is my personal, like, I have not gotten there yet because my audience is a little different, because I don't have just e-commerce. I have a service-based kind of coaching consulting. So right now I'm kind of averaging about every day, but mostly right now I'm like between 4 to 5 times a week. Now, because I have a bookstore, today actually I'm transitioning to another email marketing system just for my Shopify store. So I'm going to be ramping it up. But healthy is 3 to 5. We want to transition into 4 to 5, and you want to get to every day. So, but let's start with 2 to 3. Okay, so we're gonna start with 2 to 3 emails. If you're not doing a minimum of 2 to 3 emails per week, you are not in people's minds. I can tell you this, because some of you have told me, oh, but I don't have a whole bunch of social media followers. Work your email list. Work your email list. Because here's why: people are trying to go to their email for discounts, for emails regarding upcoming sales. It's just how we're trained. So you want to think about not just one area. So we have social media, we have email marketing, but we're starting first with email marketing, because in my opinion, that's where your actual database is, where you can actually get real numbers to figure out how many people do I have? How many people are opening up emails, clicking emails? It gives you a much better viewpoint of the analytics of your tribe versus social media does. The other thing is, you want to make sure that you're using an email marketing client that gives you e-commerce integration so that you can see how much each email is worth. So let me give you guys the names of the email clients. Now, this is where I'm going today. Just for my Shopify store, I'm keeping MailerLite for my Oh my God, I can't talk. For my like coaching business side, but I'm using Cliveo for everything else. So these are the three that I like. Now I'm going to give you guys some insight on this though. So Cliveo, which is here, is the number one. This is the number one email marketing client for online stores. You can create a free account. You do need to have a business email though. And then you have MailerLite. MailerLite, you also need to have a business email. With MailerLite though, they offer e-commerce integration. So you actually can see also how much each email is worth, which is really big. So you can see, you know, what kind of damage or not really damage, but yeah, kind of damage, you know, how much each email is worth. MailChimp is really crazy. So MailChimp recently, they decided that they didn't want to no longer integrate with Shopify. However, there is a Shopify plugin that allows you to, it's called ShopLink, and it allows you, let me show you guys the actual plugin, matter of fact. Let me see. Let me show you guys this plugin. Show you guys Shopify apps. Let me show you guys this plugin that syncs because they no longer sync. I don't know why they're acting stupid, but it is what it is. But it will keep the integration with Shopify. And it is called, here we go. Here you go, Shop Sync. Sorry guys, it's called Shop Sync. And this is what it looks like. I'm gonna share with you guys the screen so you can see. Share screen, application window. Here it is. So it's ShopSync. So ShopSync, this is the app that you can add to your Shopify store that will continue to sync your data with MailChimp, and it's absolutely free. So that's what I suggest. It's a great option. So like I said before, these are great email marketing clients. You want to use an email marketing client. Yep, there you go, ShopSync. There you go. Yeah, you definitely want to use an email marketing client. Again, you have to do this. So again, 2 to 3 emails. Begin to ramp that up from 2 to 3 to then 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5, and then every day if possible. Now, when it comes to email marketing though, we want to make sure the content is not sounding the same. So that's why, you know, when we did in print school on YouTube, we talked about a content calendar. You know, having different kinds of content that can keep people interested. So depending upon your product, you can either create bundles, you can create special collections, you can create, you know, product highlights, you can create testimonial emails, feedback, customer photos. So you can spice up different emails so that it's not like the same thing every day. You can do a product of the day email. There's so many different things, but you want to begin to shoot out these emails. Now, one of the biggest things though right now people are saying is, but Genesis, you know, how do I, you know, build the tribe, right? Because that's the second thing. So, you know, we have email marketing, but it's kind of hard to send out emails sometimes when you're like, I have no people. So this is a good time to become a lot more intentional with connecting with people online and getting their emails. One of the things I tell people is that it's going to be very hard to run an e-commerce business if you are not intentional about gathering. I want someone, here's what I want you guys to do. If you're hearing me, I want you to type in the comments, gather. I just got to know if you're that kind of person. If you're someone who's going to be like, no, Genesis, starting next Sunday or starting next Monday, I'm going to gather as many people. And I'm trying to tell you, this is not just for e-commerce. This is for any type of business. If you are not actively gathering people on a day-to-day basis, you are going to talk to the same people every single day. Matter of fact, I'm going to type in the comments myself and hopefully it shows up. But listen, you have to gather. You have to gather. I'm trying to tell you, and this is kind of like that hustle mentality that if you don't have this mentality, I'm trying to tell you, whatever your goals are, whatever you're trying to do for your business, you're going to struggle. Some of you guys could be selling things and selling to more people every day this week, every day next week. So here's what I want you to do. Every day, I want you to figure out a way to get people's emails. And I want you to set a daily goal, like especially if you're at home, you're not doing anything, or you are doing something, but you have a whole bunch of time. Listen, set a weekly goal for how many users you're going to add to your email list, okay? And then what I want you to do is, I want you to set goals like today I'm going to get 5, and set it low so you can actually achieve it first, and then increase accordingly. Don't say, oh, hey, I'm going to get 1,000 people in 1 week, and you haven't sent out an email in 5 weeks, you know? So what you're going to say is, hey, today I'm going to get 5 people's emails. Tomorrow I'm going to get 5 people's emails. The next day, set a goal. And you want to hit, don't go to sleep until you hit the goal. So 5 people is a really good goal. And you may get more. You may hit your goal in one day. But the way that you hit them, does anyone remember how you hit them? I'm not sure if you guys remember, but the way that you get emails are by doing this. We call them feeler questions. Feeler questions. In sales, we call these feeler questions. Feeler questions are questions you put out to your tribe on social media and email. Well, not email because you already have their email, but like social, things like that. And it's a question that makes people interested and makes them want to learn more. So for instance, I could say something as simple as, how many of you love affordable jewelry? Let's say I sell jewelry, right? How many of you love affordable jewelry? Right? I would love to get you on this list, or like you could say, how many of you love affordable jewelry? And you could say that, during the next couple of months, I'm going to be really expanding, our jewelry business. And I would love to have you guys, see these upcoming pieces, whatever. I don't know. I'll make something up. It's probably not the best copy because I'm just making it up as I go. The point is that you put out a very generic question. So how many of you love affordable jewelry? Right. And then he was like, my company, you give the name, or my jewelry company, and we're going to be having special deals and sales over the next couple of weeks. And we would love to get you guys on the list. Drop a comment below if you would love to be added. Right. And you don't want it to sound spammy, right? But you want it to sound like, it's like, oh, I love affordable jewelry. Sure. And what you can do is you can add a picture of some of the pieces, right? If you sell books, let's say you're an author, and you say, well, how many of you are, when you're selling books or like courses, sell the problem. When you're selling products, sell the beauty, the experience. But like, let's say, for instance, I wrote a book on, how to heal after divorce, right? So I could say, how many of you are still struggling with the residue of divorce, or someone who is? I have a special resource I would love to get into your hands, right? So you get these people, and then you can inbox and say, hey, I'd love to connect with you. I have research that I think you would really love. Can I get your email? Now, you see how I'm doing this? Do you guys understand? I just want to make sure you guys get it. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about as far as feeler questions? You should be putting out feeler questions about like either every day or every other day to begin to gather leads. Another way to gather leads is by having a resource. If you are like a personal brand author, a coach, right? And let's say your opt-in or your email marketing automation, it includes something like a free gift. Like for instance, here at Dorsey.com, I offer a playbook. So my platform playbook as a coach and consultant is like my way basically to get leads. Right. So what I've been doing is I have been promoting the platform playbook, right, on my Facebook, social media, all that kind of stuff. And so it's a way to, basically, if you want to learn how to build your platform, gain more followers, get the platform playbook for free. So that becomes my thing that I can push every day to get more people to sign up. Got it? So Daughter of Zion says, what about an online t-shirt store? Maybe I need to add accessories. Well, the thing is, you don't have to add anything new. So remember, quantity does not promise more money, right? Sometimes this is a great lesson for many of you. Just because you're not selling does not mean you need more product. Sometimes you're not selling what you're selling good enough or well. I learned this. Sometimes we feel like we need to write more books, offer more courses. No, you don't. No. Look at what you're offering and see if you need to maybe adjust, edit. Maybe you need to use maybe your words better. I've learned that from myself, is that a lot of times I wasn't speaking on what I was selling. And I was just hoping people were going to come to the store. I'm like, why is this not working? So what I've done instead is, as a matter of fact, let's go to my store so we can see an example. Let's hop over to GenesisDorsey.com. How about that? And I'm going to show you guys what I had to change in order to basically get better. So I'm going to make my screen smaller so y'all can see it. Ooh, this thing is not. Okay, cool. So my head is blocking. Y'all see my big head is blocking. I'm going to have to take away this overlay on y'all so y'all can see. There you go. Okay, cool. We're going to take away this banner. Okay, cool. There we go. Never better. Okay, cool. So one of the things that I've learned is we're going to go to my t-shirts, because I actually do have apparel. And these actually sell really well, and I have not been promoting them. And I said, but they have still been selling really well. So let's say for instance, you're selling t-shirts, right? So if you're selling t-shirts, there's two things that you want to make sure. Number one, you want to make sure that you have really good design. That's big. Design is key. Make sure it looks good. Make sure your mock-ups look good, right? So one of the things that I did was I made sure, now these are all drop shipped, right? But you want to make sure that they look good. Make sure the design looks good. Make sure the mock-up looks good. The other thing is that when you sell them, right? So let's say, for instance, I wanted to sell one of our most popular shirts are the Wealth Magnet, the Grandmother, and the Wealth. These sell out like all the time. So this is the Wealth one. Right. And so when I sell this shirt, and let's say I'm promoting it online, right? I'm not going to say, hey, buy this tee today, right? Find a way to connect a message to the shirt. So if the shirt is about wealth, then maybe what I need to do is I need to write a caption, right? I need to write a caption to talk about why wealth is so important, right? And how this shirt will help people to, basically become more vocal with their message, right? So if you think about it, products that are wearables are things that people purchase for their life, right? So one thing to talk about in my t-shirt bootcamp that I did last year, and I'll be re-promoting it this year, is that you are selling a lifestyle brand. T-shirt brands are not just t-shirt companies, they are lifestyle brands, because the whole goal is to promote a lifestyle through products, right? So what's going to happen is that when you promote your products, they have to have good design, because those good designs speak to a lifestyle. Does that make sense? So one of the things I would practice then is try to practice writing good copy for your t-shirts. Don't just put the t-shirt up and say, hey, t-shirts on sale, because otherwise you sound just like a t-shirt company. You have to now change to having a lifestyle conversation with people. Right. So it's like, hey, how many wealth builders do I have in the house, or right. So like same thing for like Wealth Magnet. Right. So like with Wealth Magnet, I'm not going to say, hey, if you're a wealth magnet, grab this t-shirt. No, I'm going to explain what does it mean to be a wealth magnet? What does it mean when we talk about attraction and, and being a person that draws in wealth. Right. So that way, when they buy their shirt, it actually is matching a lifestyle that they have. So this is big. But here's the thing. Do you promote the lifestyle, or are you just promoting a product? So when we look at actually e-commerce, a lot of times people are just selling products, but they're not actually selling the world or the branding that goes around the whole product, right? And really, it's more than just one product. It's a whole house of products that make up an e-commerce platform. Does that make sense? So with that, right, I think that's going to answer your question, because it's remember, e-commerce is bigger than just one product. It's about a whole world that you've built through your business, right? So that's why the products are not at the core, the brand is, which again, all of this is in my t-shirt. I have a really good t-shirt boot camp. It's 4 weeks and it's intense. So try that and use the same copy in your emails. All right, so it all connects together. Now we know right now that it is, as far as like vending, going out and selling physical products, that's not happening right now. So you really have to maximize social media, which is good, because for a lot of you guys, you won't be paying vendor fees, right? Indiana asked the question, is it better to use mock-up photos from the printer or your own from a designer? It really doesn't matter, as long as the product looks realistic, in my opinion. Now, the best photos are the photos where, you see like a real person like wearing the product versus this. But in my opinion, so that's my thing. It's best to promote someone actually wearing the shirt. So as long as it needs to look like they can see themselves in the shirt, which is why I have two versions. I have this version and this version. Now, what I found was that I put gold as the background on these, because they were from my wealth collection. And when you see the gold on the shirt and the gold on the background, what we found was that people really enjoy, it was like more of a visual effect, right? So let me show you guys some things that I'm going to talk about as far as your store. Some things I want you to cover. So number one, make sure that you check out Shopify. If you do not have a Shopify account, you can go to shopify.com. Okay, and you need to get the 90-day trial. Again, you can go here. And you can get this 90-day trial. So my store is built on Shopify. My store is. Now let me show you guys something really quickly, because some of you guys have this question. So I have two sites. I have my main website, right, which is genesisdorsey.com. That's my main website, because I am an expert. I'm a speaker. I'm a consultant. I'm an author. And so my whole thing is that I teach people how to launch platforms, how to basically package your genius, your knowledge into active and passive income products or services. And so again, it all comes through building your platform, offering products and services. And today we're talking about e-commerce, which is a form of that. So my main website, I have email marketing interlinked with this, and I use MailerLite. And so when they click this takes them to this landing page where they can get their platform playbook, right? So this is actually connected to an automation funnel within email marketing. So that's one way to do it. And this is like my website, right? And so if you click here, it takes you to Shopify. They click on the store, it takes them to here. This is my Shopify store. So I have my main site, which is on WordPress, and then I have my online store, which is my bookstore, which is strictly through Shopify. People ask me, why do I have that? And that is because Shopify is actually built for a store. It's not built for, a personal branded website like mine is, where, I need certain functions and features that a store would not be able to offer, in my opinion, right? And so I have all these different pages on my site, my personal site, and, calendar, and, my coaching tab, and my coaching programs. And, just Shopify just can't do all the things that I need to do like this, right? So I have my store on Shopify. And what I found was that when my store being on Shopify, it helps the store end to run separately, which is really what I need to do. The store needs a powerful back end, which is why I need Shopify, okay? So with that being said, I have mine broken up across the top, and Shopify offers several free themes, and this actually is a free theme that I use. What makes really good stores on a free theme are the graphics, right? It's not really about like what kind of theme you purchase, it's about having good graphics. You can use Canva, you can hire someone to create banners, because that's really all these are. These are banners. Banner here, these are the graphics for the actual products, a banner, a graphic, that's really what's making really what's making these things pop. But one of the biggest things that you definitely want to have you want to have an easy to navigate menu. I want it to be easy for people to find what it is that they need to find, okay? And so I have mine sorted by the bookstore, which are the actual books, confessions, and resources. And then it has things in the menu that aren't actually really the bookstore, more of like services. So like the trainings that we have, the one that we just had, which was Course Genius, and we have the one at Come in Coach Genius, coaching session, right? Faith on Fire, which is my upcoming faith-based event. Print School, which is my YouTube channel resources, so that way when they come into my store, they know exactly what's for them, which is the Print School resources. Then I have my customer service store policies, and then it takes them back to the main site, which is here. Right, so it takes them right back to the main site, and then if they want to go back to the store, they would just click store, and it takes them right back to the store. So it has a link right here to take them back and forth, right? Which is a great thing to do if you have two different stores, okay? So Fancy Empress asks, do you have to buy another domain if you use Shopify with WordPress? No. So look at my link. Look at this. It's store.genesisdorsey.com. And I got this strategy from Grant Cardone, right? So Grant Cardone is one of my favorite gurus, business gurus. And what he did is this. Let me show you guys what he did. You can see. So Grant Cardone is like an amazing sales and marketing guy. He's like kind of a big personality. And I am a huge fan of his. And when you go to his website and you click on the store, right? You click on just all products. Now it's like all linked within like this website, Grant Cardone, right? But if you click on store and you go to like all products, it changes from grantcardone.com to store.grantcardone.com. And that was when I was like, oh, I need to do the same thing. Now, his doesn't really have like a full out built out store, because really like people are coming here just to get what they need to get and get out. And I don't have that kind of like following yet where people can just be like coming in and like, no, like people need to browse and read. But that's what I got. So the way that you do that kind of domain setup is that, so they're not actually two domains, right? It's called a subdomain, which you can get for free. Right. And so what happens is Shopify will give you a matter of fact, I can show you guys this. Let me show you on my back end. Hold on, give me a second. File. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Hold on. If this is helping you guys, let me know, please, just so I can know this content is what y'all need. Okay, ducky, smoky. So, go to settings so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So all you need is one domain, and then what happens is that you'll go to your domain provider, and there's a way to add a subdomain, and actually it's the CNAME. So just like you have like for instance, www dot is a subdomain, right? So you would put store dot. So like for instance, if you want to go to my store, it's store dot justdorsey.com. And because Shopify secures your domain, it will have SSL protection, which means that your store is protected. What am I looking for? Where are domains? Oh, sorry guys. It's here. Give me a second. I'm about to show you guys, share this screen to you guys. Cool beans. So let's hit share. Share. Application window. I'm going to get to you guys questions in a second. So bam. So here is my Shopify store. And it's store.justdorsey.com. So my domain is through GoDaddy. So what happens is that I'll go to GoDaddy where it has my justdorsey.com domain. And there's a way to add your subdomain, which is again just store dot. Okay, so just store. And there's instructions. Just Google, you can Google subdomain, like wherever your domain is from. So subdomain GoDaddy, subdomain whatever, and it'll walk you through that. Let's see. Okay, that's helping. Yes. Yeah, so these are two, no, it's one domain, but there's a subdomain in front of it. Okay. So this is how I like to set up my site. I want to use my name instead of a specific niche because I want to do other things. Have you heard of Strikingly? It sounds really familiar. I've heard of so many. Isn't that like a website builder of some kind? I feel like it's a website builder. I feel like that's what I've heard from. If so, I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it. There's a couple of web platforms that I really want to try, but I just don't have time yet to try. But if you try and you tell me it's good, let me know. There's a lot of amazing, like really easy builders. My whole thing is that I'm all about a powerful backend, at least for the store side. So that's what I needed for the store side. Okay, guys, let me get back to, so like, let me know if it has a powerful store side. Barbara says, would you suggest having WordPress and Shopify as opposed to use everything on Shopify? I struggle with this all the time. The only reason why, and I'm going to, let me show you guys my website again so you can see why I did mine that way, okay? Oh, here we go. So the reason why I have my store, my website on WordPress, and then my store on Shopify is because Shopify has very limited capabilities as far as it being like a full-on site. It's really not meant for anything outside of online e-commerce. Because if I want to build out, let me just show you the shell. The shell of Shopify is that you have a powerful front end, right? Which is like where you're laying out your store. Shopify is not built for a powerful, like, personal site, right? It's not built for like if I have a service-based business, if I have even like for instance for mine with my consulting business, I'm not going to build it on Shopify. What's on Shopify are my passive income products, which are like my books, my resource, all my workbooks, my courses, all of that is through Shopify. But as far as like my personal site, which you see here, you could code this out, but it really wouldn't be worth it because at the end of the day, the way that Shopify works is that you have a powerful front end, which is what we see here. The moment you get into the menu and you get into these like individual products or even the pages, first, this is the page and it's like a normal like HTML pop-in text and it does not give me the customizations. Now, Shopify has plugins for building out actual pages, right? For actually building out pages. But in my opinion, I don't know. This is me personally. I just wouldn't. I would rather keep, again, and also too, WordPress is so cheap that I have no problem paying a really low amount of money for a WordPress site. There's a platform that I love for hosting called InnerServer.net. right? It's so cheap. It is so super cheap. And I love it for WordPress sites. So there's Inner Server, which I completely love. And I use these to build my WordPress site. So it's so affordable that it's like, I can definitely do this. And so that's what this site is built on. And I just like the customizations I can build with my pages through WordPress and just make, my site and again, I'm a very simple person when it comes to the design, but I've built out, client sites that are much more robust. And, like for me, I'm not really big into like all the design that I do for my clients, but for myself, as far as just needing a straightforward site and having the layout that I need, I like WordPress. I can build it the way that I like it. I can build it the way that I see fit. And that's why I have things on WordPress, and then I have things on Squarespace. Not Squarespace, but Shopify. Like even like with like my quick links. So I built a personal page for like my Instagram. Then when they click the link, they can come to my quick links, and I can have everything built out the way I want to. I like that through WordPress. I really do. I really like how I did that. And again, I have clients that are, I've built out, amazingly designed sites on WordPress for them. Matter of fact, just so you guys can see my clients. And they have like these like creme de la creme websites, you know what I mean? Versus like for example, one of my clients, Kia, which we'll be doing a revamp soon. But, certain clients, it's like they, their sites are like full on out, amazing, and so mine may not be like theirs because I'm not really big into like the full on crazy design, but still WordPress is able to build this. Like this is my client Kia's site. And, we did this through WordPress and she wanted a certain layout. But you just can't get this through Shopify. I mean, even if you tried, a lot of what I've designed for my clients are custom graphics, custom. You just can't get some of the effects, the animation. When I built our Kita site, there's no way I could have got this done through Shopify. So that's just like my personal opinion, on how I prefer or how I would, build it out. That's just me. I love my client Kita site, by the way. Absolutely love it. Okay. This is confusing. I don't understand any of this. Yes, like that's the thing. So Shopify, here's what I tell people. If you don't have the time or you just don't have the desire, hire somebody. Because I know, like for instance, like today, I'm a graphic designer and I'm tired of designing stuff. I am. So I hired a graphic designer. I did. And she is working on my stuff now. And so listen, sometimes you need to pay someone else to delegate. I have someone working on my email funnels right now because I am tired. I am watching courses and classes all day and I'm just tired. So I hired. So there are people that can do this for you. I am going to be offering Shopify setups as well as full-on design services because of this great announcement by Shopify is awesome. And so I actually have a designer that I have been training and working with, and she's going to be working alongside of me. And I'm going to be having her, work with my clients. And for those of you who want to launch, to help you get your e-commerce stores up. And so we're going to be working with everyone's budget. I have not done this in such a long time because usually I work with my clients with thousands and thousands and thousands. And at this point, though, I know a lot of people who just should have been launched by now. And so we're going to be working with everyone's budget to get everyone up and launched. However, we will be using Shopify and WordPress only. Shopify for online stores and WordPress or Squarespace for, personal brands and things like that. Strikingly is yes, it is. Yeah. So please use it. Daughter's time, can you please use it for us so I can make sure it's good? Let me know. No. So Shopify has a ton of plugins. Go to Shopify, go to the App Store and type in digital downloads. They have several apps you can add to sell digital. There are tons of people who sell just strictly digital. There's even apps for memberships. Bold Subscriptions offers is an app that offers like memberships, membership portals, recurring memberships. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. I also am adding payment plan options to my Shopify store through an app, through another app. So there's a lot of like amazing benefits on there. Does the same email pop-up show on both platforms since it's a subdomain, or do you need two different email accounts, like mail accounts for each? So that's actually a great question. So here's the cool part, right? So now, as of tonight, it'll be different, but today, as of now, my MailerLite has 2 different emails. I have a pop-up for, not pop-up, but an opt-in, right, for my justdorsey.com, right? And then like my abandoned cart recovery and my, getting email announcements through my store, you can integrate Shopify with your email marketing system, and it actually sends those people to a different list. So I actually have my big list, which is everybody, right? And then I have my my actual Shopify people in a segment list called shop.justdorsey.com. And it's really cool because if I just want to talk to people from my Shopify store, they're in a list within one email list. So you can do that. So you don't need 2 email accounts. You do not, because a lot of times too, when you set up your pop-ups, you can say to the pop-up which segment and list you want it to go to, right? So like you have one email marketing account, but you may have 2 lists, or what they call now audiences or segmented groups, if that makes sense. So you can have all different pop-ups and just have the email end up going to, your Genesis Dorsey, email marketing account, but it's going to go to this list. These people go to this list, and these people go to that list. So you can have many lists within one email marketing account. And that when you send your email, it'll go to whatever respective email group you want it to. Does that make sense? So that way, it can be organized accordingly. So that's really cool. So all you need is one account, but you'll just have more than one list. You have a list for your main, and then you have a list for your email market, for your online store grouping. So that way you're not talking to the same, you're not sending the same email to some people that you don't want to send to others. For someone starting out, how do you know what you want to build? How do you know what you need for your website? So that's what my upcoming class is going to cover. I want to, I don't know I have it on this computer. So I have a checklist so when I teach my e-commerce bootcamp, the 101 one, I have a whole entire checklist that we do, and it's split out. And I'm going to be doing this training this weekend. So, because I want to do this training as soon as possible, so that those of you who want to build these sites, or even if you don't want to build a site, but even if you hire someone to build a site, I at least want you to know what you need to know for how to run it effectively. So I split my e-commerce teaching into 3 groups: how to secure your people, right? Which we're going to cover branding strategy, how to communicate your language, your voice, how you're going to do your profit and planning calendars for an e-commerce business. Then we talk about securing the product. So like, how to describe your products, what kind of products should you sell as far as like within your market, how to explain features and benefits. We're going to also talk about how to organize your products and collections, how do you strategize for ordering inventory, analytics, shipping, all that good stuff. Then we talk about securing the platform, which is the website itself. So like, how many calls of action should we have? How do we organize on the site the navigation system? What about privacy policies, shipping policies, refund policies, return policies? How are you going to fulfill the product? How are you going to do your payment plans? Do you want to offer payment plans, or do you want to do just simple checkout? Do you use Shopify payments? Do you use PayPal? How many options should you use? It's a lot of stuff. But so those are things that I'm going to answer in the e-commerce 101, which again, I'm going to be putting that out there, guys, like today, so that it has many of you guys who want to purchase the training. The replay will be included with the price point. So that's crazy, because you all know normally I upcharge for that. But the replay will be included with this, so that way, even if you can't make it, you'll get the access to it. And we will be using Shopify as the focus for it. So as far as like what you want to actually build, you want to keep it simple and clean, right? Even if it has a ton of graphics and branding, people come there to do one thing. They want to check out. They want to get what they need to get, and they want to check out. Or they want to browse and figure out what they want, and then they want to check out. So that means that we're making it for browsing, and we're also making it for the checkout experience. So people need to easily be able to find products, right? Which means that your navigation has to be easy to find. You need to have great calls to action. Your homepage needs to be organized well to where they can easily get to either a collection or a product. But the other thing is that you want great graphics. You want the graphics to speak for itself. You want to be able to pull people people in. You also want to make sure that people feel like they're having an experience. You know, when you look at badly designed sites, it turns you away because you just feel like, where am I at? So you want to make sure that there's this kind of communication through your graphics, through your language, that makes people feel like they're actually experiencing a brand, not a product, but that they're experiencing a brand. One of the things that I made sure that I did for my site, which I'm going to share again, and just these are just like little touches. You don't have to do a lot. It's not about, it's not about quantity. Okay, it's about making sure that you're giving an experience. So let me actually show you guys a store. Let me see right here. I'm going to show you guys a store that I built out. And the products have changed, but just on simplicity. Let me see. This is a store that we revamped. Give me a second. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Okay, cool. I'm like, well, I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so let me just show you how I did mine. So I always start with the top banner, and the top banner, again, now this is important to notice is that mine was built because I want to show the people, so I can't even talk. I want to show people where they need to go. So it's always based on like current promotions, things like that. So right now we're in the Sell Your Genius kind of campaign that I'm in for my business. And again, your website needs to be based upon your profit plan, right? So it's always based upon what your current products are that you want to sell, what the focus is. So that way, when you're starting to send traffic to your site, they're coming because of pushes, right? So right now, Sell Your Genius is like the main focus, which is why it's the top banner. And then right below are the hot products within this. So even if they scroll past this, they're still going to see this. And the next banner is going to be Faith on Fire, which is the next promotion that's happening, which is next week. And then we go into like business resources, a popular product, a video, and then more resources, right? Your homepage is your most important page. It is the most important page that you will have. So this is why you want to make sure that you know as far as collections what you're promoting. Another example is, let's say we go to Fashion Nova, right, which is a very popular store. And the way that they do this is very similar. You're going to see a top banner that this is, of course, a pop-up. You're going to see a top banner that promotes, where like a current promotion, right, with a code. And then you're going to scroll down, and these are actually collection pushes. So this is a push to a collection for home workouts, a push to a collection for cozy, push to a collection for what? Loungewear. This is these are 3 separate graphics, actually 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is for graphic tops, jeans, sleepwear, and then 80% off sale styles, which we see right here. Right? We go down to a promotion for payment plans, a video, then we go into actual products here, Shop the Gram collection, still connected to products, and then a footer. So everything is like groups. It's all about a, top banner call to action. Then we're going to have collection focuses so people can easily hop. And the thing about it is that when you go to their social media, usually you're going to see that these are like things that are currently being promoted among the influencers, among the people. And so because of that, when they go to the homepage, these are like the quick things that they're hopping into because that's where the traffic has been guiding them. Does that make sense? So when I go to your homepage on your store, it should be where you're giving me easy paths to get to current product promotions, jumping straight into products. So if you just posted about a product that you're like is our bestseller, when I go on the homepage, it should be right there, right? It should be right there. It should not have to be where going into the search bar to search for it, right? It's right there. So again, hopefully you're going to be doing an audit of your online store just to make sure that, like, you know, you're going to be doing a push. So we talked about email marketing. We talked about doing filler questions to gather. We talked about, you know, how Shopify is doing the 90-day trial for all of my new Shopify people who want to try it. We talked about the fact of how to lay out sites. We talked about if you're splitting a personal branded site to a subdomain and you're doing a, you know, Shopify store version, right? We talked about how your homepage is the most important page, and that's where you really want to capitalize with call to actions, categories, feature collections, stuff like that. We talked about how you need to have a clear navigation menu that's organized and people can easily find what they're searching for. Are there any questions? Any questions? We covered a lot. And I'm going to give you guys instructions on if you want this e-commerce bootcamp. And if you would also like to get more information about my team building out your store. Hey, Lizzie, how are you? Hey, Liz. Hey, guys. So here's what I want to share with you guys. If you are interested in two things, if you're interested in the e-commerce bootcamp, which is going to only be 25 bucks, okay? It's only be 25 bucks. It's going to help you guys, again, come into the basics of, you know, getting your stuff launched. Or if you want us to build out your online store for you so you can easily get everything up, like you're like, listen, Gigi, I want to get this stuff up. I want to get it selling. Then you can do this. This is what you want to do. You need to email me. This is the email for either the e-commerce bootcamp or you want to talk to us about getting your store up. So either you want us to build out the Shopify store for you, or if you're someone who needs a website built, whether it's a Shopify store or you're just trying to build out a regular website. But I definitely want you guys to hop on Shopify's. There was a big announcement. So Shopify is trying to do all that they can to help new entrepreneurs. So again, Shopify has this 90-day trial. So even if you're doing it, test it out, guys. Shopify is like the best. Is the best. But this is the email that you want to email. Hop on us as soon as possible, guys. Again, I'll be putting out all the information. Barbara does have a question I want to make sure I get to. If you have two different types of customers visiting the same site, how would you suggest handling opt-ins? I have journal creators, journal writers. So that's a good question. So what I would do is I would have one opt-in, but then I would have in the automation funnel an email that they get next, like a welcome email, where they can join a segmented group, right? So like when they can join as a creator or a writer. And there is actually a way to do that in, oh my God, what is it? There is a way to do this. So there's a way. You need to Google this. You definitely need to Google it. There's a way where you can segment people by a link, where when they click a link, it puts them into a group, right? And so basically whoever your email client is, look that up, but there is a way to segment based upon an action being done. So like when they take an action, it puts them into a group, right? And there's actually a way to trigger that. There's a way to trigger that. It's based on your email client, but I've done it myself, and I've also seen it in like other gurus when they've done it. So it's basically where they get this automation email, they join one big group, and then it will ask them a segmented question like, click here if you would love to learn more as a journal creator, click here if you would love to learn more as a journal writer. And then the moment they click it, whatever link they click sends them in like into another like funnel. If that makes sense. So looking at that, there definitely is a way to do that. Or you know what, you can be this, or you can do it like this. Put two opt-in boxes next to each other and say, if you would love to be a journal creator, sign up here. If you like to be a journal writer, sign up here. And what I would do is I would create this like web page on your website that says like start here or like join today. And on that page, it says, hey, we're so excited that you stopped by. We have two amazing email communities based upon what you love to do. You can join one or you can join both, right? So, click here, drop your email here if you would love to learn more as a journal creator. Drop your email here if you would love to learn more as a journal writer. That may be the easiest way to do it. And that way they just go into a separate list automatically. Okay, so I think I've answered everyone's questions, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be answering business questions. I had stopped because I got so busy. It's just been a lot going on, as you know, with everything. But you can go here to my IG, Genesis_Dorsey, and people have been DMing me their business questions. And so if you go into my profile there, you'll see that I've answered actually a good amount of questions. I think about like 8 so far, I think. And so I'm going to be spending this weekend answering more of people's questions, people that I did not respond to yet, and people who are sending in new questions. So I answer people's business questions on there. I'm also going to be ramping up the amount of content I'm putting out over there. So we're going to be putting up some e-commerce content, some reminders, all that kind of stuff. So be sure to go there. And then lastly, if you would love to learn how to build a platform, right? If you would love to learn how to build a platform, if you're someone who wants to learn how to, get your expertise out there, then this is where you really want to go. You want to go to genesisdorsey.com, and this is my website that I showed you guys today. And there is a free playbook called the Platform Playbook. Okay, this thing is amazing. And what the Platform Playbook is about is it is a playbook that teaches you how to build your platform and how to begin to get people to follow you. Because a lot of us want followers, want to build a tribe, an online following, but you have to know what compels people to follow you. And so the Platform Playbook gives you 3 winning strategies on how to do that. So guys, again, thank you so much. I hope that you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and please sure to stay safe. Okay, guys, and stay well. Bye, guys. See you guys later.